Okay, perfect. So, deep breath and time. We now know what 2050 can look like. The loss of 50% of the coffee production worldwide. Judges, I would like to take you on a journey with me from this day, starting with the espresso, toward 2050 with the milky beverage and the signature drink, and see how we can improve the cup quality while supporting social connection and be on a more sustainable approach. So, welcome on board. I'd like to start by preparing an infusion of 3 parts of hot water and 1 part of grapefruit and lime zest that can be easily found as a waste in our coffee shop. But I'll tell you later about this. For the moment, it's 2024. And coffee professionals, as well as coffee consumers like you, have never been so interested in quality and innovation. This passion for specialty coffee is creating strong relationship from farm to cup, as well as incredible products like your espresso today. In Colombia, farmers like Nestor Lasso of Finca El Diviso in La Huila are cultivating coffee trees under the shade of many other species like guayacan or bananas, creating a more even harvest and a more resilient ecosystem facing climate change. Like this Cedra varietal, grown at 1,750 meters above sea level on a volcanic soil. After harvesting the cherries last January, Nestor inoculates them with Saccharomyces cerevisiae in a sealed tank for 80 hours at around 28 degrees. It is this specific yeast under these specific conditions that helps to create a soft acidity and this typical fruity profile that I'm so in love with, and that connects you, the consumer, asking for a better cup of coffee with the farmer. Then the cherries are placed in the water in order to remove all the floaters before being dried for the first 3 days on elevated beds in order to dry as fast as possible from 60 to 20% of humidity. And then mechanically until it reaches 11% of moisture. So, judges, if you can please write down, you're gonna find the following notes. Strawberry, dark chocolate, and blood orange. This is the combination of the high elevation and the fermentation process that's fixed in the cup. With that, you're going to have a long and lingering aftertaste. That is a combination of the roasting process and the high extraction yield. Then, a low to medium bitterness, a medium acidity, like a blood orange, and a medium to high sweetness that reminds me of a strawberry jam. For the tactile, you're gonna have a low to medium body with a juicy texture that evolves with a silky finish on the second sip. Now, in France, roasters like Jonathan Le Potremat in Paris are combining craft skills and technology in order to master every variable of the roasting process. He is able to get 22% of development time in order to facilitate barista's job, like me, while getting 4 degrees above first crack in order to get the perfect flavor profile for you judges. So as I serve you these espressos, please only evaluate the crema for now and wait for my instructions. And waiting for the espresso, I invite you to now take a sip of water to clean your palate. There you go. Please only evaluate the crema for now. There you go. There you go. There you go, madame. Enter. So, thanks to Jonathan, baristas like me can now use a limited amount of coffee with today 19 grams in for 42 grams out in order to maximize the sweetness and intensify the extraction yield. So, All the coffee chains, including you asking for a better cup of coffee, has placed effort in order to push up quality while supporting social connection and be on a more sustainable approach. So now please, using your right spoon, stir the espresso 5 times clockwise, and you can place the spoon in the cup in front of you. And please enjoy 2024. Thank you. Now, judges, if you're ready, Okay, so let's move on to the next course, and welcome in 2030. Paris's COP21 said that all the states should lower their carbon emission footprint by 40% in 2030. And I believe we can respect those engagements. First, with the espresso recipe. Not only we will lower our dose with now 18 grams in for 42 grams out to maximize the intensity of the flavor, but also we will use some extra shots made here a few minutes ago, as I believe the oxidation of those shots will leave me with more flavor clarity in the cup. And that's a fantastic way to save espresso shots behind the bar. Next, for the milk, I choose to use some grass-fed co-milk made in France for its richness and creaminess. And combined with the ratio of 1 part of espresso for 2 parts of milk, it's going to give you the best taste balance. With today, notes of butterscotch, blueberry yogurt, and a hint of pear. You're gonna have a sweet, rich, and buttery texture, as I also freeze distill this milk to 50%. And in order to maximize the flavor profile, I choose to steam this milk at around 55 degrees Celsius. Now, judges, as I serve you this milky beverage, please stir the surface to fully incorporate the crema. And again, you can drop the spoon in the cup in front of you. There you go. Please enjoy and don't forget to stir. Now, the co I choose is called the Froment du Léon. And they have this incredible and unique gene that makes them able to synthesize the beta-carotene that they eat in the grass, resulting in this incredible yellow color and a higher fat content. There you go. Please enjoy. Choosing a grass-fed cool milk is around 4 times more sustainable than any other industrial milk. But most importantly, that's a fantastic way to support a local agriculture. There you go. Please enjoy. Judges, it's 2030, and we managed to lower our carbon emission footprint while pushing up quality and supporting local communities. So, I'd like to thank you for waiting, and please enjoy 2030. Thank you. Now, judges, if you're ready, please join me at this table. And welcome in 2040. At this point, every resource is precious and nothing can be wasted. From the ingredient to the glassware itself, everything needs to be reused. Like with those glasses, all found vintage, they all have a different history. Although, don't worry about their different shape because you're gonna get the very same taste experience. Now with the coffee, you guessed it. We'll have to lower our dose even more with now 17 grams in for 40 out, creating a new note of green apple. In order to save waste, our next resource is going to be 25 grams of Coffea Oleosaccharum. Oleosaccharum is a technique that comes from the mixology world and that helps the oil to be attracted in sugar. So here, I simply blended the same weight of my old puck with date sugar made out of wasted date. After 24 hours, the result is this sauce that I'm going to be able to filter, and that will bring balance to the drink as well as a new note of cola. Our next resource is going to be 40 grams of clarified milk, made using a ratio of 2:10 of verjuice in order to make my old milk curd. Verjuice is the juice of immature grape that was supposed to be thrown away. But now after filtration with my milk, it creates this transparent liquid that is going to bring a new note of apricot. Our final resource is going to be 60 grams of cocoa mucilage from Nicaragua to remind us that coffee is not the only product facing climate change. It's also going to raise the fruity profile of my coffee, creating this new note of lychee. Now, I'm going to shake all those ingredients up with one big ice cube of 100 grams in order to fully incorporate them and intensify the texture. And while I do so, I'll leave you to watch the formation of bubble of smoke using my previous made zest infusion and the help of aquafaba, that is a byproduct of chickpeas and that will help as an emulsifier. And dry ice, that is now a byproduct of the other production of CO2 by the industries. And I'm so glad we can use this in 2040. Sorry about that. So judges, it's almost time for us. So if you can please write this down. You're going to find notes of green apple, cola, apricot, and lychee. It's going to be a cool drink, and you're going to have a refreshing smell with the zest infusion on top.
You have 1 minute.
Perfect. All right, judges, so we are a blink away from 2050. And I think it is my role as a barista to showcase a better model for the future. There is still hope to see the next generation of barista serving some incredible coffee like this one, while pushing up quality and supporting local community. So I'd like to thank you very much for the time you took to listen to me. There you go. Please enjoy. There you go. Please enjoy. And that is my time.
What a fantastic finish. Give it up for our 3 competitors.